This is Bishop Slice, and you're watching the Alaska Artist Series, the coldest interviews in the 907.
So I was 2 or 3. Probably everybody that did it before me. Pac, Biggie, Nate Dogg, NWA. I love all the new school music too. M, of course. I'm a fan of the chopping. You know, I chop KRS-One, Outkast. I know there's more, but we'll just keep it at that. Tron and Stax, we were locked up together. We did a lot of time together in Seward. We still need to link up. You know, we chop it, but we gotta link up and do this music. I like what Josh Booth is doing. You know, he flows pretty good. He's dope. Moldu Manny, you know, I fuck with Moldu Manny. And that's about it. I basically work with everybody else. I want to work with a lot of my homies that are locked up too in Seward. Nate Dogg.
And why is that?
I mean, I grew up listening to Nate Dogg, man, but I can't, you know, because he passed away.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Pac, Biggie, you know, everybody that's gone right now is, you know, all the people that I've always been wanting to work with. Producers fall in that line?
Yeah, producers.
Dre, Rick Rock. I really like Rick Rock. His beats are dope to me. Let me see. Justice League. And that's all the producers I can think of right now. It's real diverse. A lot of people ain't working together, and probably want it to break away from what everybody else is doing. You know, people like to try to sound like the lower 48 and how everybody else sounds down there, when they need to be focused on Alaska, because we have a sound, but people just really ain't bringing it to light. Well, if it hits me, it hits me. I usually don't like to force it. Well, I mean, I'll think about it like real long and good and stuff. But
is it more environmental than just thought, or what you see?
It's both. You know, yeah, it's both. Like the things that I've been through. You know, but that's a given. You know, you're always gonna write what's real. You know, and write your life. But I just don't like to force it. I like to hear something, and if the beat hits me, man, I'm going, you know. If I'm not really digging the beat, I won't even really even write to it, because everything that I write has to be A1. Because I want to be the best, and everybody else wants to be the best too. But my dedication has brought me to where I am right now. I mean, I outwork people. I'm writing every day. If I'm not writing, I'm making beats. If I'm not doing that, I'm doing something else that's music related. But every day I am doing something. I'm not chilling. I don't chill. I don't know what that is. I'm working. I'm in the studio all the time. It's because I want to make it. And not only that, it's I want to provide for a lot of people. You know, I want to provide for my family. I want to give them things that they've never had, my friends, things that they never had. Everybody that I've been locked up with, things that they never have or never will. You know, my homies doing 99, doing double life. I just want to, you know, put money on their books make sure they're straight until the end of their stretch, until they got to leave that place in a body bag. Not only that, it's because I strive to be great, and I want to put Alaska on the map. I performed at sold-out shows and in front of a lot of people, but I think my favorite shows is when I perform for the homeless, because I like to give to those that don't really have anything and really don't get concerts and stuff like that. But I mean, I do appreciate all the love, at the sold out shows and all that. Like, I love that too, I love that a lot. But when I could affect someone's life in a good way, those are always the dope shows to me. Arctic Bar, I'm kidding. Let me see. My worst performance. Well, you know what? It's not that the performance was bad. It was just the environment that we were in.
Bad.
I went to perform at this spot, and it was like a lot of older people, ranging in their like 50s on up. And, me and Rico, actually, he's my homie that does music with me. He be hyping all my shows up. He's like, when I say 907, you say cutthroat. 907, and it was like dead silence. I was like, oh hell no. So I had to liven it up a little. They ended up saying it, but I had to say that was definitely not the lick. Like constructive criticism. Constructive criticism is dope. I pay attention. I'm hard-headed though, so I mean, it's gonna take a lot, but like I'll take it into consideration and see what they're seeing. But sometimes people just like to try to make you act a certain way. Like, let's say you're dope, right? Say you're like the dopest rapper here. You're the sickest. There's somebody that's gonna say you should do it different, just so you don't excel, because you're on that right path to greatness. But they want to try to throw you off that path. And you should try doing it this way, but it's just people just trying to make you do something else. Yeah, I do. And but like people that hate and all that, like, you can't hate on something that's dope. So people want to hate on it. I mean, that's cool. It's cool that I get a rise out of them and they feel some type of way. But if it's good, it's good. You can't hate on greatness. So basically they're just wasting their breath. Those are just sounds to me. It makes no sense. Push-ups in prison because music definitely keeps me sane. Like, if I didn't have music, I would probably be doing, because I was facing life. I did 6 years in prison. But if I didn't have music, I wouldn't have been able to get through that, and I probably would have did something worse. Because the street was what I did, but music was my way to escape. Can I say 4?
Hey, you can say as many as you want.
I can't say best, because me and Mikey, Starbucks, man, we've been getting these shows live together, man. But man, I can never forget who was there first, and that was Rico. He was always there, always came through to every show, no matter where it was. He was always there, hyping the crowd up, man. I remember when I was on Ankle Monitor, and I always put out that, I'm going shopping, but on that shopping pass, I performed. I had a mixtape release party, and instead of going shopping, I went there and, we performed and everything, but that's when I first got out, and man, there was barely anybody that even showed up. There was only like a few people, and that's it, literally a few. But me and him, we did the whole like hour and a half, 2 hour set together. And like from the beginning, when there was like nobody, he was always there. And like I always gotta respect him for that. And he was always there even before that when we were locked up in the pen, you know, and then we just continued to keep that bond and that friendship. And then there's Devereaux. Devereaux, he always gets the crowd hyped with me. He always rocks every show that we do. You know, we've done shows here, we've done shows down in Talkeetna, and we rocked it, man. So Devereaux is definitely one of them. And last but not least, my homeboy Cassius. You know, me and Cassius, we clicked way back when I was like 19. And he's been coming up here every year and rocking these shows with me. And we've been getting them live. Me and Cassius, we just got this click. You know, we just click whenever we do music. You know, we're like so much of the same person, been through like the same things in our lives. It's crazy. He's the other half of Savage Language. But I really want Monster to get out to these shows. He just got done doing like 30 years, like a 30 piece. But yeah, that's it. Oh, he's part of Savage Language too. He's part in 907 Cutthroats. But when I first did my bid, actually before that, people have been trying to make me link up with Monster. But man, Monster's been locked up since I was a little kid, you know. But people are like, man, you need to mess with Monster, man. He just got out. He just did like 19, 20 years in the pen. He's like, but he's sick. And he's like, he's this big motherfucker with dreads. I was like, that's what's up. And I was like, so I think we played phone tag once, and then he got locked up. And after that, I got locked up. I was facing life, and he was facing like 15 years again. But he came to A wing. I was on A wing in FCC, and I went up in his room. You know, I chopped it up with him. And I was like, man, I gotta hear you spit, because I've been hearing a lot about you. And man, me and him click, you know, we call each other twin, because me and him are so alike too, you know, and like, when we don't hear from each other for a certain amount of time, like we kind of get like irritated and agitated, like, man, I hope everything's all good, you know, man, I'm gonna talk to Twin in a minute, man, you know, and he spit, I think the first thing he ever spit to me was Deadly Tactics. And he would do the beat, he'd beatbox, he's like, okay, the beat goes like this. And it's like boom, 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 boom. And he would beat on the walls too, because like the walls in the cell had 3 sounds. It's like a boom, 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 you know. It's like boom, 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 and then he would spit. And he said, I think that hook was like, so manage. This shit ain't funny, so quit laughing. Don't pump your chest up, or get splattered, so it's cracking. And man, that shit was just so dope to me. And his flow was just so sick, man. And we got up and we were flowing. Man, we got into a lot of shit together. Like, we always had each other's back since day one, since we met each other. You know, if he got in some shit, I got in some shit. If I got in some shit, he got in some shit. You know what I mean? And we always had each other's backs, man. Ever since then, man, we just clicked. And I mean, we just started to do music again, because he just stepped out not too long ago. But when we were locked up, we were smoking trees one day, and he had this crazy idea, and we were both talking. And he was like, man, because like when he smokes, it's like he's on one. You know, it's not like, oh, okay, I'm smoking, I'm gonna chill. It's like when he smokes, he's like up. You know, he's like, hey man, we could do this, we could do this, we could do that. You know, but everything made sense. And then we got on the phone, we made it happen. And me and him, we recorded 3 songs over the phone and put them and released them. It was Sound of Murder, Cell 21 Therapy, and the Alaska Sign. But after that, let me give a shout out to Femi, because me and him had a studio in the halfway house, and he helped produce and make the beats on 9 Months of Darkness, and we released that from the halfway. So I definitely got to shout him out for that. Never been done in history. Made an album from the halfway house, watching to see if like guards are coming, you know, but. I love it.
Love it?
Yeah. I will play for free all day for fundraisers, because you're raising money.
Mm-hmm.
You want to break pockets for people that's trying to raise money for a good cause. You know, it's like, okay, I might charge him a rack or something to do a show, you know, but then they have to make that back and some, you know, so it's good that people just come together for the right cause and, you know, help raise money for whatever it is for, especially for the Fairbanks 4. It's a blessing. It is so dope, because people knew they were innocent for so long, you know. A lot of people kind of doubted that, but I mean, all of us knew, you know, and I felt that, and that's why I went so hard with it. You know, me and George did time down in Seward too, and you know, we linked up when we were down there. But yeah, you know, I just felt for them, you know, spending all their life, or not all their life, most of their life locked up for a crime that they didn't commit. Probably Madison Square Garden. That's the one. Working with all the greats, you know, being that one. It just depends on if they fuck up, you know, real bad, you know, but that's about it. I mean, there's a lot of people that's always going to talk bad about somebody. You know, they talk bad about Jesus. You know what I mean? But I think, I mean, yeah, I mean, it can happen, but I don't think that's going to stop them listening to great music. Pac, because I'm going to say everything, you know.
So pretty much his whole set.
Man, I'd just rock anything with him. It wouldn't have to be a certain song. It would just be, you know what? It'd have to be any song. You know, I would rock any song with him.
Okay. And then that's Tupac.
Yeah, like any song.
Okay.
You know, I definitely appreciate the interview. You coming through and doing this and kind of getting all this information from, you know, artists such as myself. It's a really good thing, and because Alaska needs to be heard. And you know, I like to give a shout out to everybody that's been supporting me in my journey, because we just keep building and building and building and building. I like to shout out all my family, my friends, all the homies locked up, everybody that's dead and gone. I like to shout out where I'm from, FBK, you know, shout out to Anchorage, all the cities and the villages in Alaska. And I just appreciate you taking the time out to do this again. Shout out to my homie Cassius, you know, he's Savage Language. That's my homie for life. And that's it.